Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sadashi Srimad Vishnu Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
Acharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय
Jai.
गंगा मई यमुना मई की जय
Jai.
भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय
Jai.
श्री वृंद देवी की जय
Jai.
श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय
Jai.
मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय
Jai.
पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की
Jai.
जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन चक्र की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय
Jai.
श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम महोत्सव
Jai.
की जय श्री श्री बलराम जी अपीयरेंस डे की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्ण all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to the assembled devotees Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
all glories to the assembled devotees
Hare
all
Krishna.
glories to Shri Guru and Gaur and Guru Shri
Hare
Prabhupada ki jai Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, please accept my most respectful obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you again on this most auspicious Sri Balaram Purnima. It's Balaramji is the one who is our Adi Guru. And whatever seva that we are doing, it is only possible.
Mataji, little loud.
Yeah, so
Now it's
very happy Balaram Purnima.
okay.
So what the service, whatever we are doing, it is only by the mercy of Sri Balaramji. So taking his blessings, we'll start our today discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Nuttamaślokin Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Shanvatam Swakatha Krishnaha Punya Shravana Kirtanaha हृद्यन्तस्तो ह्यभद्राणि विदनोति सुहृत्सताम्. Hare Krishna. So we are reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13 and Text 2. Let me know you can able to see my screen. Hope everyone can see my screen. So, let's start. Vidura Uvacha स वै स्वायम्भुवः सम्राट् प्रियपुत्र स्वयम्भुवः प्रतिलभ्य प्रियां पत्नीं किं चकार ततो मुने स वै स्वायम्भुवः सम्राट् प्रियपुत्र स्वयम्भुवः प्रतिलभ्य प्रियां पत्नीं किं चकार ततो मुने स वै स्वायम्भुवः सम्राट् प्रियपुत्र स्वयम्भुवः प्रतिलभ्य प्रियां पत्नीं Kim chakara tato mune. Anyone, devotees? Anyone wants to recite?
Hare Krishna. Vidur uvacha savai swayambhuva samrat priya putra swayambhuva pratilabhya priyam patni kim chakara tato mune.
विदुरुवाच स वै स्वयंभुव सम्राट् प्रियः पुत्रः स्वयंभुवः प्रतिलभ्य प्रियं पत्नीं किं चकार ततो मुने. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण विधुर उवाच सभै स्वयंभुवा सम्राट् प्रियाय पुत्राय स्वयंभुव प्रीतिलभय प्रियं पत्नीं किं चक्र ततो मुने। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी. विदुरो उवाच स वै स्वयंभुवा सम्राट् प्रियपुत्र स्वयंभुवा प्रतिलभ्य प्रियं पत्नीं किं चकरोत् ततो मुने. हरे कृष्ण.
Anyone else? Okay, so we can go for synonyms. Vidura Uvacha. Vidura said, Saha, he, why, easily, Swayambhuvaha, Swayambhuvamanu, Samrat, the king of all kings, Priyaha, dear, Putraha, son, Swayambhuvaha of Brahma, Pratilabhya, after obtaining, Priya, most loving, Patnim, wife, Kim, what, Chakara, did, Tata, thereafter, Mune, O great sage. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace. Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Vidura said, O great sage, what did Swayambhuva, the dear son of Brahma, do after obtaining his very loving wife? Text 3. Charitam tasya rajasher adirajasya sattama ब्रूहि मे श्रद्धदानाय विस्वक्षेनाश्रयो ह्यसौ. Translation. O best of the virtuous, the original king of kings, Manu, was a great devotee of the personality of Godhead Hari, and thus it is worth hearing of his sublime character and activities. Please describe them. I am very much eager to hear. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees. In the absolute world, there is no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service. Text 4. श्रुतस्य पुंसां सुचिरश्रमस्य नन्वाञ्जसा सुरिभिरीदितोऽर्तः गुणानुश्रवणं मुकुन्द पादारविन्दं हृदयेषु येषाम्. Translation. Persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their heart of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead who awards his devotees liberation. Purport. Transcendental students are those who undergo great penance in being trained by hearing the Vedas from a bona fide spiritual master. Not only must they hear about the activities of the Lord, but they must also hear about the transcendental qualities of devotees who are constantly thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. A pure devotee of the Lord cannot be separated from the lotus feet of the Lord for even a moment. Undoubtedly, the Lord is always within the hearts of all living creatures, but they hardly know about it because they are deluded by illusory material energy. The devotees, however, realize the presence of the Lord, and therefore they can always see the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. Such pure devotees of the Lord are as glorious as the Lord. They are in fact recommended by the Lord as more worshipable than He Himself. Worship of the devotee is more potent than worship of the Lord. It is therefore the duty of a transcendental students to hear of pure devotees as explained by similar devotees of the Lord, because one cannot explain about the Lord or his devotee unless one happens to be a pure devotee himself. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः
देव च पतितानां
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो
नमो
नमः।
नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
भावनिधि
स्वामिने
धामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेषशून्यवादी
निर्विशेषशून्यवादी
स्पर्शत्यादिष्टाय
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य
चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री
यद्वैत
अद्वैत
गदाधर
गदाधर
आदि
श्रीवासदि
गौरभक्तवृन्द
गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा
तलुप मेलिया
कृष्णा हरे
ನನ್ನ ನಾ
हरे
ಬಂತ వచ్చినట్టుగా
हरे
ఉందండి
राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
हरे
कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण
कृष्णा
कृष्ण
कृष्णा
हरे
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 राम हरे
हरे राम
राम
राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे हरे
हरे
राम
राम हरे राम
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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पुङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओम्। Hare Krishna. So text to translation. Vidura said, "O great sage, what did Swayambhuva, the dear son of Brahma, do after obtaining his very loving wife?" So what we are discussing here, that Brahmaji, he did tapasya, and finally he started his progeny, the creation of progeny. So in that process, from Brahma's body, two living entities came. So one is a male body and another as a female body. So the male body is Swayambhuva Manu and the female body is Saturupa. So these two personalities, so then they started creating the population. So the progeny creation started. So now Parikshit Maharaj is asking Vidura to, so Parikshit Maharaj is asking actually Sukadeva Goswami to explain more about what are those activities what Swayambhuva Manu did. So we can understand actually Parikshit Maharaj have like very less time, right? So because he had only 7 days, and he have to listen more about Lord. But here Parikshit Maharaj is telling that because Swayambhu Manu was a
ఒంట్లో
pure
ఇప్పుడు
devotee of Krishna, so definitely I wanted to learn more about his activities. So why? Because even as a grihastha, how one can able to attain complete perfection. So that is what here is actually Parikshit Maharaj wanted to learn about it, and not just, of course, like we can think like, okay, for him anyway, it is already, he's about to leave his body, there is no use. But again, we have to understand. So the main point in this three verses what we read is not just listening about the Lord only create the devotional service within our heart, but more than hearing about Krishna, if we can hear about his devotees, that actually increase our devotional service to Krishna. So how, because here in purport also Prabhupada says that this whole Bhagavatam is filled with the pastimes of the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees. Like, so basically the interaction between Krishna and his pure devotees. So that is what the whole Bhagavatam is centered around. And if we want to talk about Lord, we cannot talk about Krishna without his devotees. So, and similarly, if we want to talk about his devotees, we cannot talk only about his devotees without Krishna. So they both cannot be separated, right? So in this way, hearing the topics of the Lord and his character and activities, whatever the result that will we will get, so the same result we will get by hearing about the pure devotees of the Lord. So that is the main instruction in these three verses we can see. So, and also the fourth verse, what we read, it's mentioned the persons who hear from the spiritual master with a great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. So, again, it is insisted that we should hear from pure devotees about the character of the pure devotees. So, um, here what actually I was hearing is that
food habits
I'm
all
sorry,
తగ్గించేసి
Mataji, can you please go on mute?
తగ్గించేసారు
Okay, maybe I might have the option to mute. Okay, it's fine. Thank you, Mataji. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, so we can see actually what I was hearing is that one who gets opportunity to associate with the devotees is a is actually um, a fortunate person. So it's not easy to get association with the devotees. So that is itself is a very fortunate person. So who is the more fortunate person is those who associate with the devotees and also in that association hear about the Supreme Lord. So that is a person who is the more fortunate person. And who is the most fortunate person? That person who can able to continuously hear about the Lord and his devotees pastimes. So that person is called as the most fortunate person. So that's what here also Sukadeva Goswami says that we should, the long time one must hear from the mouths of pure devotees. So that person is actually the most fortunate person. So because we may hear for one day, 2 day, but continuously hearing in the association of the pure devotees and hearing from the pure devotee, it is very rare. So if one gets the opportunity, then he is the most fortunate person. So so that's what we have to take advantage, that whenever, definitely whenever we get to hear from such a pure Vaishnavas, so we should not miss, like wherever we get, so we should be like a bumblebees who always go around the honey. So similarly, like as devotees should be like a bumblebee, so they should be nectar seeking devotees. So Krishna Katha and the devotees Katha, so the pure devotees pastimes is actually a nectar. So we should try to hear more and more. And specifically here Prabhupada says like we should hear about pure devotees activities as well. So definitely that's why we should read, everyone should read Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, right? So that is of course like it's devotees' pastimes, right? So Srila Prabhupada is a great Vaishnava, so and we should read about him. So what happened when we read about Krishna's pastime and when we read about devotees' pastime? So in when we read about Krishna's pastime, so definitely when we hear about Krishna helped, of course there also devotees are coming. So how Krishna helped Draupadi and how Krishna helped Gajendra. So how Krishna helped to save the Uttara's in the Uttara's womb, how he protected Parikshit. So when we hear different pastimes, that Lord is so kind and merciful, and He is always there for His devotees, and He is always protecting His devotees, and so much loving exchange is happening between Krishna and His devotees. When we hear more and more, then our love for Krishna will increase, right? So that is the main reason for hearing. So of course, like hearing will this the byproduct of hearing is purification. So but that is not our original goal. So the original goal is to revive our love for Krishna. So that is the original goal, right? So and the byproduct, this cleaning process will happen. So when we hear so more and more about Krishna, then we started loving Krishna more. Oh, how Krishna is so kind, how Krishna is so compassionate. So and then we started loving Krishna and we wanted to serve him more. So similarly, when we hear about his devotees, so what we will hear? Oh, about take Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrita. So how Srila Prabhupada struggled a lot, like how he have took so much effort in the age of 68, 70 years old. He came to this Western world without anyone, and so much struggle he have to go through. His typewriter got stolen, and he was not getting almost for 1 year, he was not getting any response, like no one was helping. And most of the time he went through so much struggle. So literally, like where he was staying in that room, like he was sharing with someone a room, so that person got drug addicted and he was about to kill Prabhupada, and Prabhupada had to run for his life. So much effort he have put, and then every time every day, like Prabhupada in that Lilamrita comes, like Prabhupada goes to the harbor, like where to see when is the next ship, so that like he can go back. But every day he goes, but then he will think, no, my Guru Maharaj told, so I have to wait. So it's not, of course, we are not the doer, and it is my spiritual master. In my spiritual master means my spiritual master. So in that way, it is go to the parampara, and of course from Adi Guru. So Sri Balaramji. So it is, of course, coming from him, that empowerment and the mercy, it is coming from him. So we are just the instrument, and we should have the full faith in our Guru Parampara. So then everything, there is so much miracles will happen. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is teaching, that how if we have sincere faith in our spiritual master. So Srila Prabhupada says, I never felt alone in that journey in Western world. So Prabhupada mentioned that I never felt alone. Always my spiritual master was there with me, right? So that is how we should actually have a very deep connection with our spiritual master. When we say, so we have to understand, so spiritual master is Guru Tattva, right? So Guru Tattva is actually our spiritual master are representing the Guru Tattva, right? So some most of the times what happened, like, oh, it's my guru, your guru, like guru conscious. So that is not good. So we should have faith, but at the same time we have to understand it is actually Guru Tattva. It is not just, okay, my guru is great and not your guru. So that kind of, it's horrible. That kind of we should not even go. So that is a big offense in comparing different gurus. So it's, we should not do that. So we have to, that's how we have to understand the Guru Tattva. The Guru Tattva is ultimately Balramji is the one who is the Adi Guru, and every spiritual master is representing Adi Guru, right? So and when we have complete surrender and faith to one's Guru, so then we will see the miracles happen. So we will never know that we can able to do these many things. So those miracles will happen when we completely surrender and hear about the glories and pastimes of their of those pure devotees. So when we say the guru vargas and acharyas, so it's so important that we should listen about especially about our acharyas, right? So our Srila Prabhupada and our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, like how much struggle he had gone through. So we are thinking about, oh, some struggle comes in our spiritual life. We think, oh, this is too much. I don't have to do. I don't have to take this much effort. Like, oh, why do I have to? I'm spending so much time and I'm sacrificing my life, but still so many people are criticizing me. Then why do I have to take this service? Let me leave and go. Sometimes when the frustration comes, like sometimes we can think, but we can see from Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur life also, how much one of the pastime happens, like when the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and their disciples, so they were walking. So that time, like there was one person, he always criticized whenever Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur walks. So he always criticized so badly, and all the disciples get so angry. So they wanted to go and attack him. So Maharaj to Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati told don't do anything. Just come with me. So this happens continuously for many days. And then what happened one day, the devotees, the disciples were coming and running and told Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur that, Maharaj, you know what? That person who was criticizing you every day, he actually got severe disease and he died. So, and everyone was happy. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was actually weeping and crying. So, and everyone got confused. So, what happened to Maharaj? He was criticizing why for that person he have to cry. And he told that there was at least one person, he was actually humiliating me so that I can remain humble. But here now I will not have anyone. So when we read these pastimes, what we can understand, so even if someone criticize also, we should take that as actually Krishna's arrangement to make ourselves humble. If some everyone is glorifying, oh, you are such a nice devotee and everything happens, so then easily we get puffed up. But if someone is there to pinpoint our fault and everything is someone is saying, then if we are not taking it rightly, then we will lose our bhakti. But if we take it rightly, so then it transforms that person heart, and also it actually helps us to make ourselves humble, right? So that's what we can learn from this acharya's life. So in this way, like when we read every acharya's pastimes, so then we will develop so much love for not just for Krishna, but also for the devotees. So, and also, um, my favorite pastime is Srila Narottam Das Thakur. So, Srila Narottam Das Thakur history, if you read, especially his travel from his home to Sri Vrindavan. So how much he have to go through so much struggle, like his family was trying to make him in the home, like they thought, okay, maybe once he get married he will be fine, like he will not run away. But after getting married also, so he was not in that mood, like he wants to go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he want to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he want to dedicate his life for Krishna. So but somehow their parents were trying to keep with gods, the gods were watching, because Narottam Das Thakur is actually a king's son. So so much gods were guarding, and finally he get a chance to meet some other person. So that's why they came with the guards, and by the time he took that chance, and then he escaped from that. and and even after he runs for a long time, and then he got tired, and finally the guards found out, And then the guards surrounded, and literally Narottam Das Thakur was crying, can you please leave me? I cannot go back to home. So I want to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I want to go and meet Srila Rupa Goswami. I want to go and meet Sanatan Goswami. Please leave me. And I am no worth of anything for material life. I want to go back. So he was literally crying by seeing that devotion for him, for the devotion that he had for the Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the God's heart melted, and the guard said, okay, you can go, what we can do, so we can adjust, we can tell something, but yeah, you can go. So and then he was running and running, and he got tired. He was running to Vrindavan, so there is no bus or car. So that much effort he put, and then after coming to Shri Vrindavan Dham, then he heard that, oh, Srila Rupa Goswami already left this world. So he started weeping. I came here to meet Srila Rupa Goswami Pad. And then later on he heard, oh, Sanatan Goswami also left. So and then that is the time that he wrote this Jay Anilo Premadana. So that's what he says. Where is my Swarupa? Where is my Sanatan? Where is my Rupa Goswami? So he was crying and weeping. So Anale Pashipo. So I wanted to leave my body, so I want to enter into fire, I want to leave my body, what kind of life I have without devotees. So he was feeling so much separation. So when we hear these pastimes, so what happened? Automatically, our love for Rupa Goswami will increase. Our love for Sanatan Goswami increase. Our love for Swarup Damodar will increase. Otherwise, generally we don't even think much about our acharyas, right? So we think about Krishna and we think about our spiritual master. Worst case, like we think about Prabhupada and maybe Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur. But after that, it's not like regularly we will not get to hear about them. So we many times, like after coming to ISKCON, after taking initiation, also many devotees not even known about our Srila Rupa Goswami Path, what is his activities, how he dedicated his life for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how they met. Of course, like if we read Nectar of Devotion and Nectar of Instruction, we might come to know. But how much we know about their instruction, but do we know about their life, how much they went through? So and if we similarly, like if we listen about Sanatan Goswami's, how he struggled, and Nawab Hussain put him in the jail, and he have to escape from the jail, and on the way so much he have to face before meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when we hear all about this, then automatically how much eagerness these devotees have for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how much eagerness, like in that the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karamore. So in that bhajan also, that Narottam Das Thakur says, oh, I want mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he prays, no, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu I need, but without Nityananda Prabhu mercy, I cannot get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and then he was asking, oh, Nityananda Prabhu, you are always happy. Please shower your mercy so that I can also get out of this material happiness and get into the real happiness of spirituality. And then he said, oh, without getting Advaita Acharya Prabhu mercy, I cannot get Nityananda Prabhu mercy. So, in this way, at last he says, Ramachandra Sangamage Narottam Das. So I want the association of Ramachandra, so his fellow devotee. So without his mercy, I cannot attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, when we read these kind of bhajans, when we hear about the activities of those devotees, so much eager in not just associating with Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or hear about them, but also how much love they had, like the very loving interaction between Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. So when we hear about those intimate loving relationship between the devotees, so then that actually increases our love and devotion for our fellow devotees also. So how much love we should have because without help of our fellow devotees, we cannot achieve anything, right? So then our respect will develop more, so our love will develop more, our care will develop more. So in that way we can come and hold each other's hand, and we can grow everyone together to meet Krishna's lotus feet, right? So that is the main point, that here in this verse also it is stressed that we should definitely hear about his devotees activities. So that way, so everything, every pastime will have many instructions to learn how our and also Chaitanya Charitamrita is filled with that only, right? Chaitanya Charitamrita is fully with interaction between devotees. So how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dealing with the different devotees, and also how Raghunath Das Goswami is his austerity, and how he is taking this spirituality very seriously. So everything when we read, so then we get to know, okay, in this situation how we have to behave, right? So if someone criticize, how we should behave. If someone glorify, then how we should behave. So these are all the lessons that we can learn when we read about devotees activities, right? So Krishna's activities we can read, but we cannot understand how we should behave. But when we hear about these pastimes, that how devotees tackle in different difficult situations, so then that will give inspiration to us, that how we should handle every different situations. So that is a reason that we should read about the devotees activities and pastimes. And also it is given that in Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Lila 11:28, it is mentioned, Eme Bhakta Jana Partha Name Bhaktas cha te janaga mat bhaktanam chaya bhaktas te me bhakta tamamataha. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself says to Arjuna that those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are devotees of my servant are factually my devotees. So that means what? So many people, that's what, if we think like, okay, am I dealing with Krishna? That is enough. I don't want any devotees. So that is a Kanishta level, right? So Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. There are three type of devotees are there, three categories of devotees. So Kanishta Adhikari devotees, they give respect to Krishna, they love Krishna, but they don't respect devotees. So that is a Kanishta level. So we should not be like a Kanishta level. So Madhyama level, there are different dealings also, how we should deal with every type of devotees, right? So when we deal with a Kanishta devotees, so we should respect them by, it is given in our Sadachar also, that how we should respect everyone, even though they are not uh, practicing or like serious devotees, but still they are coming to the temple. So even they don't come to the temple like always. That's why we should not even call anyone as a non-devotee. This Radhesham Prabhu says that we should call everyone as a potential devotee, because we never know, anyone can come join Krishna consciousness and they will advance like so fast, and we will be chanting for many years, but they advance so much, and they may attain pure devotion very fast. We may never know, because it's all depends on their previous karma, and when the time comes they become devotee very fast, they will grow. But even though we are practicing, we may not perfect our life so fast like others. So that's why we should never ever think that, oh, this person is a non devotee, oh, this person just comes to temple, he never chants. So we should never see anyone discriminating like in that way. So we should always respect them. So if even we don't have to go and do dandavat pranam, because sometimes they don't understand what is that important. So we should respect in our heart. We should respect and pay pranams through our heart. And Madhyama Adhikari, like when we see our fellow devotees, we should definitely pray, pay and hug. And similarly, when we see the Uttamadhikari, the pure devotees, we should offer our respects. So in that way, like definitely there are different dealings. So, but what the main point is that we should understand that we should not say that I am the devotee of Krishna, but we should be proud that I am Rupanugas. Right? So I am the follower of Srila Rupa Goswami. I am the servant of the servant of the servant. Gopi Partur Padakamalayur Dasa Dasa Anu Das. So we should always remember. That's why we always call everyone as Prabhu, Mataji. Right? So basically, Prabhu is the one. That's why, like, Prabhu means like we are accepting other as a master, and we are accepting our position as a servant, right? So but many times we don't mean it, so we call but we don't mean it. Okay, I am the Prabhu, right? So always we are in the bhasanubhas, but actually we are dasanudas. So that's what we have to remember. And even Prabhupada one time, like after he described that how pure devotees is so rare, and pure devotees are so merciful, so he was giving some class, and after that the disciples asked Prabhupada, definitely you must be higher than the Uttamadhikari. So everyone asked and told. So Prabhupada said, no, I am lower than you. He is telling to his disciple, I am lower than you and lowest of all the living entity. So here, of course, like we can understand that Prabhupada is in his humility, he is telling. So, but what is the point is that we should always remember, and because when we grow higher and higher in our Krishna consciousness, how we can understand when we are advancing or not. So this is a test when we are advancing or not, that we can see how much our heart is getting agitated when someone don't give respect to us. If someone is not respecting, if someone is not saying Hare Krishna, even that also it hurts us. That, oh, this person did not even say Hare Krishna to me. She's not respecting me. He's not respecting me. So amanina manadhena kirtaniya sadahari. So we should not expect respect from anyone. So then only we can able to do kirtaniya sadahari. So that means, so we should actually maintain that humility. So if we are getting agitated for small small things, then we can know where our devotion is, right? So that's why our advancement, when we go higher and higher, then that person really feels humble. So then why actually Narottam Das Thakur is saying, Mosama Padita Prabhu na paibe ara. So I am the most fallen soul. No one else in this world, anyone will be. Right? So they are really telling. We may say sometimes, oh Prabhuji, Mataji, I am very fallen soul. We always say, but are we saying with our heart or just by words? We say like I am so fallen, but someone says you are not doing right, then immediately we get angry. Then what is our fallen condition? We are realizing it, right? So that is what we always say by words, but how we can understand whether we are advancing is by how much our heart is humble. Right, so that is how we can really able to understand that not just by telling that I am lower, but also feel it, because sometimes what happen, even that also can become a pride. I am lower, telling that I am lower is also become a pride. So that is a biggest trick of Maya. So that's what, like when we say sometimes like people to escaping mentality, they say that okay, to escape from the service, so they, oh, I am not qualified for this service, Prabhu, I don't want to take the service, I am so low. So that is not actually the real humility. The real humility is, even though we don't know if the service comes from the authority, then we should take it with a humble heart, because the service comes with the empowerment. So without the empowerment, no one can do any service, right? So today Shri Balaram Ji's appearance day. So Balaram Ji is our Adi Guru, and Balaram Ji is actually uh, he is a personification of service. He's a personification of a devotee, right? So he is actually, when we hear about, so here now we are discussing that we have to hear more about the devotees, right? So then only we can develop the same attitude. So here Balaramji is actually teaching as Adi Guru, that how Balaramji, he is trying to give himself in every way to please Krishna. So Balaramji is actually, he's exchanging with Krishna all five rasas. So in a Shantarasa, he becomes the bed, he becomes the paraphernalia, he becomes the dham. So every way, whatever he becomes the ornaments. So he in the Shantaras, so Balramji becomes all those things. So in that way, he is serving the Lord in the Shantaras. And similarly in the Dasyaras, when Krishna was going and pasteurizing the cows, and after that coming back, so Balramji was actually nicely massaging him, fanning him. So all the dasiras also he served. And similarly Sakyaras, so he also played with Krishna, stealing butter. So all those pastimes also he involved. So that is Sakyaras. And also Vatsalyaras. So Mother Yashoda always says that without Krishna should not go without Balramji, because Balramji is on who always take cares of Krishna. So that is a Vatsalyaras. So when Krishna went to the Kaliya pastime happened, that day Balramji didn't go because it was Balramji appearance day. So because of that he didn't go, because he wanted to give gifts and everything to everyone. So that day he did not go. And that's what all the Vrajavasis said, oh, Balaramji is not with Krishna, then Krishna will be in danger, right? So that means that Balaramji is also serving as a Vatsalya mode to Krishna. And Balaramji also serve in the Madhurya Ras, that as Ananga Manjari. So he also serve in that Madhurya Ras. So in this way, our Adi Guru is actually being an Acharya. He is teaching us that how we can able to uh, exchange loving relationship with Krishna in all the rasa also. So he is teaching. And also in his, when we read the pastimes, like how Balramji, like when Soma, what is that rishi name? So Somaharshana. So what happened, like when he was giving Romaharshana. So he was giving Bhagavatam Katha and he did not give respect. He got so much puffed up that he is the one who is in Vyasasan. So I don't have to respect. So because this easily comes when someone is in a Vyasasan, so this pride will easily come. So because of that, even forget to give respect to our authorities. So Balramji comes, he did not respect immediately. Balramji took just a grass and then he cut his head. So Balramji is teaching in that way that it is so important that when once who is in the Vyasasan should be in the right mood. Otherwise, what happened? Whoever is hearing, so their consciousness also will get impacted. So that's why Balramji is teaching in that way, that it is so important to follow that etiquette of respecting our authorities. So in this way, when we read about Balramji and also our, because he is our Adi Guru and he's teaching us what should be our behavior and how we should serve Krishna in every ways. So from him also we can learn. And also it is Lord Shiva. He is also a Param Vaishnava. What he is telling? Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhana Param Tasmat Paradaram Devi Tadiyanam Samarchanam. So what he is telling? Of all the worship, the topmost worship is Lord Vishnu. And even more is better than is that worshipping his devotees. So that is the topmost it is given. Okay, so what happened when these kind of verses was discussed? So then everyone was chanting Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Always it was going on. So Prabhupada went to take darshan and then he came back, and then again still Jai Prabhupada was going on. So then Prabhupada was he called the devotees and asked, like, what is going on? Why you are not chanting Krishna's name? So then one devotee said, Prabhupada, you only told that worshipping his devotees is greater. That's why we are glorifying you. So Prabhupada said, no, you should chant Krishna's name. So if so, that is also we can understand that how devotees never say that they are pure devotees. You have to chant his name, right? So devotees always wants Krishna's names to be glorified, and Krishna wants always his devotees' names to be glorified. This is a very beautiful competition that we always wants our glorification, but Krishna and pure devotees, so pure devotee want to glorify Krishna, Krishna wants to glorify his pure devotees. So when we hear these beautiful interaction and exchanges, so then automatically our desire to become pure devotee will increase, right? So these are some things that we can remember, and we can take some effort in reading about our acharya's life, so that really change our attitude and our mood and our love for devotees, fellow devotees, and our love for our acharyas will increase. When we have love for our acharyas and devotees, then automatically Krishna's love we will get, because the devotees are the one who is holding Krishna. So tirthi kurvanti tirthani. So the tirthas will become tirtha only when devotees are there. When devotees are not there, there is no tirtha, because the devotees are the one who is holding Krishna in their heart. So definitely when we worship them, when we hear about them, so then we can able to get the devotion. So it is mentioned like even when we hear every devotee's their life and pastimes, so at least 1% of those devotee quality will come to us. So that is the main reason that we should read and hear about the devotee's life. So because when we read about Prabhupada pastime, Prabhupada struggle, and definitely in our corner of our heart, we might think how much Prabhupada went through so much struggle, and in that age, and in this age, I am telling so many reasons that I don't want to do this seva, that seva. So many reasons we are trying to say. So then when we hear about Prabhupada's pastime, then at least in our corner of our heart, we will feel so bad that I should not say no. So much struggle Prabhupada went through. So why can't I take this step to please Krishna, to please Prabhupada, right? So those kind of attitude and love and dedication and sacrifice and compassion, so all those qualities it will come when we hear more about Krishna's pure devotees. So that's the main topic of today discussion. And so without Adi Guru Balaram Ji mercy, because he is the one personification of seva, and without his mercy and empowerment, none of us can do any seva to Krishna. So whatever seva that we are doing, it is only by the mercy and empowerment by Sri Balaram Ji. So bala means strength. It is actually the spiritual strength. So Balaram is the one who gives the spiritual strength. So we all can pray together to Sri Balaram Ji that on this auspicious day, the most merciful Lord Balaram can bless all of us. So Janmashtami is coming very soon. So without any hesitation, without any duplicity or anything, so we can wholeheartedly we can come together and hold each other with so much of joy and compassion to share this Krishna conscious with everyone, so we can take his blessings so that we all can become an instrument in the service of Guru and Gauranga. जय श्री बलराम पूर्णिमा महो महोत्सव की जय, जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय,
Jai
जय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Jai
हरि।
Hari Bol.
Very good.
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः
कृपा
पतितानां
सिन्धुभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद
की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank
You
you
very much, Mother Shamala Gopika. That was a really nice class. As usual, you give a lot of practical ways in which we can apply the philosophy in our daily lives and our outlook and the way that we can or we should be able to see progress in our Krishna consciousness. So thank you so much also for the glorification of the importance of following the devotees, serving the devotees, associating with the devotees, and of course Lord Balaram. It was really, really sweet. Thank you so much. Very important class.
Thank you.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Thank you very much, Mataji. Even Shiva said to Parvati that not praying me, just pray with the devotees. So that's what we have to learn from this. We have to do respect devotees and pray devotees. Thank you very much. A nice class.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful class. Yeah, all relationship you explained nicely. Like Balaramji's relationship with Krishna, you explained so nicely.
Yeah.
And you talk about like Madhurja Rasa, right? You said like Muni Manjuri or something?
Ananga Manjari.
Ananga Manjari. There is any story, Mataji, about with like Ananga Manjaris?
Yeah, so he becomes Ananga Manjari to participate in the Madhurya Ras.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Jai Krishna Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari.
Jai.
Wish you all very happy Balram Punyam.
Balram Jayanti ki Jai.
Jai.